Caitlin Clark returns, helps the Fever hand the defending champion Liberty their first loss of the season. Clark was excellent. 32 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists, had a couple of blocks.
Caitlin pulls left wing, the right wing, 30-plus feet. Logo crosses over, watch it. Oh my goodness! She is back!
The champs thought one strained quad could end Caitlin Clark's story. Turns out it was just the prologue. 3 weeks ago, the defending champion New York Liberty watched Clark hobble off their floor with a strained right quad. Social media crowed that the rookie had finally been exposed. The Fever stumbled to a 2-3 record while the Liberty strutted to 9-0.
So lads, Caitlin Clark playing one of the 3 best games of her career against the undefeated New York Liberty. You can't even, like, has basically broken. It has broken the Caitlin Clark haters. So, Caitlin Clark had played the best first half I've seen from a player in 2 years.
But while the champs flexed, Clark took the slight personally. Quad treatments in the morning, film marathons at night. She refused to return unless she was 100% no minute cap. Every drive to Gainbridge Fieldhouse became a quiet promise. The next time I see that team, I'm lighting the place up.
Clark went bananas. Tough. First quarter and one. But then Trevor, in the span of 38 seconds, Caitlin totally took over. 1 from 33 feet. That one from 27, although it felt like...
that was like 30 as well. What?
31.
Well, the Indiana Fever, I'm watching it. It just went final. 102-88 over the league undefeated, now defeated, New York Liberty.
June 14th arrived, and so did 2.22 million viewers. ABC and ESPN Plus pulled the second biggest WNBA audience they've ever recorded. Ticket resale prices doubled overnight. Even LeBron typed 8 capital letters on X, the CC effect. The ball went up, and the first 7 minutes felt like normal hoops. Lead changes, jabs, feints. Then Clark crossed half court, ignored the three-point line entirely, and launched from the logo, 34 feet. All net. 20 seconds later, she did it again from 28. Before the arena could exhale, she stepped into a 31-footer and ripped twine for the 3rd time in 38 seconds. Brianna Stewart caught herself smiling. Liberty coach Sandy Brondello simply shook her head. Gainbridge hit earthquake levels. Viewers at home detonated the highlight across every feed they owned.
It has broken the Caitlin Clark haters. So during that half, all they were talking about was, late in the game, Caitlin Clark had 25 in the first half. She would hit 6 threes. I think it was up there. I think it was one of the most in a half in WNBA history.
I mean, yeah, it felt good. And then I took one in transition. That's kind of like where I like to get to early. And it's always good to see the ball go through the hoop. And then I came down and shot another one. Then I came down and shot another one and saw 3 in a row go in. So that gives you a lot of confidence. And then I think I got a couple clean looks after that too. Early in the second quarter, I had a wide open one, and then made another couple tough ones. And even in the second half, I thought I felt like they all came off my hand feeling really good. So like that's what you can find confidence in as a scorer and as a shooter. And yeah.
Yesterday, did you feel rusty at all going in?
I mean, not really. I think you're just a little anxious to get out there and get playing again. I felt really good. I thought there was a few periods where I felt like a little tired. I asked for a sub there in the second half or in the second quarter, and Steph got me a quick one. But other than that, my legs felt really strong. Like I felt in good shape, and a lot of that is credit to our medical team. Like have kept me in shape, even though I haven't been able to maybe be up and down as much as everybody else. It's just finding other things to do that I can find confidence in. I'm ready to play, and that's certainly how I felt out there.
That flurry flipped the vibe for good. By halftime, the Liberty's swag was gone, replaced by that quiet, oh-no look teams get when the script changes mid-scene. Clark, meanwhile, looked like she'd never missed a dribble. She finished with a video game line, 32 points, 9 assists, 8 boards, 7 triples on 55% shooting in just 31 minutes. The quad? Ancient history. She even passed Candace Parker for the most 35-5 games ever recorded in a player's first 2 seasons. Clark now owns 3. Parker had 2. Here's where the night morphed from great comeback to legit statement. 5 different Fever players hit double digits, and the team drilled a franchise record 17 threes at a blistering 48% clip. When Clark finally sat for a breather in the fourth, the lead grew. Proof that Indiana is done being a one-woman show.
Number one of the greatest single half performances I've ever seen in basketball. Okay, I'm old enough. I've said this before. I grew up. I've fully watched all of Magic, all of Bird, all of Chuck, all of Jordan, Ewing, Olajuwon, all of them. It was one of the best halves. It was in the top 5 best offensive halves of basketball I've ever seen. All right, and keep in mind, Caitlin Clark just scored 25 points, and the quarters in the WNBA are shorter, not as long, as the quarters in the NBA. What she did in the first half, shooting those threes, she ended on tied for her career best.
Coach mentioned pregame how resilient this team is, and that takes trust in one another to go through adversity. From both of your guys' perspectives, what has contributed to the trust that this team has in one another through hard times?
Yeah, I think we understand that basketball is a game of runs, and not being able to just give up in those moments. I think, especially in that run, our bench came in and provided some really, really good minutes. Really just proud of, Sophie coming back, being able to contribute like she did, plus 31 tonight. She was a big part of that run. So I think just being able to trust 1 through 11, 1 through 10, that we're going to go out there, have each other's back, and we're going to work through those tough times, because New York's a really good team. They're going to go on runs. They're going to have those moments where we can't stop them for a period of time, but it's how do we fix that? How do we change that momentum? I'm just really proud, of our group for staying with it.
Kelsey Mitchell shrugged off an icy start to drop 22, 10 of them in winning time. Aaliyah Boston muscled out a 10-11 double-double against a front line that usually owns the paint. Lexi Hull splashed 3 of 4 from deep. Sophie Cunningham posted a plus 31 in her own ankle return cameo. And veteran Sydney Colson, stat line modest, impact massive, kept everyone calm when Liberty mini runs threatened. It was the first game all year where every Fever jersey seemed to pulse in perfect sync.
A little lack of communication. We had to obviously work these two, probably overworked them tonight. But, a lot of things that we can learn. And we, like I said before the game, we're nowhere near where we need to be.
Outside the building, the shockwaves kept rolling. LeBron's CC Effect tweet hit #1 worldwide. Pundits who'd penciled in a Liberty Aces final suddenly asked if Indy had gate-crashed the title conversation. Meanwhile, 5 fans who'd flown 22 hours from Hong Kong snagged a post-game selfie and reminded Clark just how far her reach now travels.
I mean, it's not defeating. Basketball's a game that runs in the same way like we go on runs, they do as well. They're a great team. So I don't think it's defeating. I think obviously we know what a great shooter she is, and I think we just gave her too many easy ones. Obviously, she has great range, and her ability to get her shot off is really impressive, especially with missing some games. And so obviously on a personal level, I'm really happy to see her back out on the court, healthy, feeling good, because obviously it's important for them, but just for her, I'm happy she's back.
Caitlin Clark is the 4th fastest player in WNBA history to hit 850 points. This was during the first half. So here we go. Let's rock it right here. Caitlin Clark coming down the court. Let me just turn that down. And a beautiful little floater. A beautiful little floater.
So what happens next? The season series is tied. The rematch is already circled in red by every television executive in America. The champs just tasted their first loss of 2025, and it came from a team that finally figured out who it is. If one healthy Caitlin Clark can flip the league script overnight, imagine what a fully synced Fever roster does across an entire playoff run.
But like I said, I felt really good out there, and now for me, it's just how I recover, especially with the schedule that we have coming up. That's going to be super important. We're playing a lot of games in a very short period of time, so I really have to take care of myself to make sure I don't regress in any sort of way.
Stick around, because this story isn't cooling off, it's only heating up. Smash that subscribe button if you're riding shotgun on the Fever bandwagon, drop a fired up for CC in the comments, and hit the bell so you never miss the next chapter. The quad strain was the cliffhanger, the revenge tour is the series. Let's see where it leads.